What if I told you they were making wine on the slopes of an active volcano? Even more shocking than that is I haven't had a glass of wine in 4 whole days, so I am really looking forward to telling you more about Etna Bianco. Hello again, and welcome to Divino Wine School. I'm Annie Shapero, sommelier and founder of Divino, a wine education and consulting company in New York City. But today I'm with you, and we are headed to Sicily to taste Sicilian wine. Come on. You may have heard about Etna wine. This Italian, but more specifically Sicilian wine region is pretty hot right now, and that is not just because the grapes are growing on an active volcano. Yes, in fact, the Etna wine region covers north, east, and south slopes of the Mount Etna volcano, hence the name. Now, to give you a bit of geography, because we all have a general sense of where things are, but it always helps to have a visual. There's Italy, and there's Sicily, deep south, basically Africa. Pretty hot down there, right? Yes, it is, but not on Etna. Believe it or not, Etna wine is considered a cool climate wine region. The grapes grow at over 3,500 feet above sea level. That puts Etna on par with some of Italy's most notable and northern wine regions, like Valle d'Aosta, Valtellina, Alto Adige, and parts of Piedmont. A unique situation of high altitude, cold winds from the northwest, warm winds from the southeast, and steam from the volcano cause a lot of rain and cooler temperatures. So what does this mean for the wine? South and eastern exposure means early morning sun, when the world is just waking up, which promotes photosynthesis without baking the grapevines to death. This preserves acidity in the grapes and in the wine, and acidity means freshness. Wind is important too. It rustles the leaves of the grapevines, which helps protect against pests and prevent mold and bacteria from growing. That wind also picks up some salt water along the way, which contributes to the mineral notes of the wine. And of course, rain is important with all of that southern sunshine to keep the grapes hydrated all year round. Combine all of these elements with volcanic soil, obviously, which also is very favorable to grapevines and promotes acidity and aroma. Etna wines are fascinating and delicious, and they often come at reasonable prices, so there are a lot of reasons to learn more about them. Stay with me. And while we're here, just a note to remind you, please subscribe to my channel if you like what I'm doing, or even if you just like me. Please subscribe so I can keep making videos. If you keep watching, I'll keep working. So you may have heard about Etna Rosso. Those are the red wines from Etna, and they got trendy a couple years ago, and I will definitely talk about them in another video down the line. Another reason to subscribe. But today I want to talk to you about Etna Bianco, the white wines from Etna. It is sunny, it is bright and crisp, and oh man, if you wish you were at the beach right now, like I do, this wine will certainly get you in the mood, if not transport you. Etna Bianco is made with mostly the grape Carricante, as well as Catarratto, Minella Bianca, and Trebbiano. Etna Bianco Superiore must be at least 80% Carricante. This one has 90%. Etna Bianco, like this one, can only be produced in the area surrounding the town of Milo. There, the slopes are perfectly facing south and east, and it has its own microclimate. It's almost like the quintessential heart of Etna. Etna Bianco develops with age a lot like Riesling, especially Rieslings from the similarly cool and rainy region of Moselle, Germany. So what does that mean? It means in their youth they start off light and bright and crisp with a steely mineral component, especially on the nose. Then, as they age, the acidity smooths out, the palate becomes richer, and the aroma is more complex and mature, with things like honey and peaches and ripe fruit all around. The minerality, on the other hand, remains on the palate in a very long mouth-watering finish. Etna Bianco made in a very healthy year can last well beyond a decade, and just get better. Before we taste it, I know you can't wait. I can't either. I want to tell you a little bit about the winery, Barone di Villa Grande. Much of this area was abandoned following the Second World War, which is why it's only started to build back up again as a popular wine region in recent years. The Nicolosi family, however, has been here for generations. They literally put down roots in the 1700s and have been making wine ever since. But enough talk, let's taste this guy already. This wine is a vibrant straw yellow color. It's quite young, 2017, so if you look hard enough, you can even spot some green glints around the edges. See them? It's okay if you don't. Again, this wine is young, so the aromas are also young, unripe if you will, tart and bright like citrus, lemons, or golden delicious apples. There's also a blast of sea breeze, which is delightful. Since we are all not lucky enough to live with a beach right outside, and you can't quite imagine that delicious saline scent of a sea breeze, try this trick at home. Take a jar, fill it with sea salt, add some warm water, and shake it up. That's the smell of seawater, or as close as you can get unless you live by a beach. Pro tip, it's also great for rinsing your throat when you get a cold. But back to the wine. As the aromas imply, this wine is bright and crisp and fresh. The acidity is really zingy on the palate, and the finish is clean, a little fruity, and mouth-watering. It's definitely ready to drink, although it's still quite young and has many years ahead of it. It's got that lovely salty coastal quality about it that reminds me of Vermentino, but it also reminds me of Riesling in the way that it is so steely and mineral rich and tart. What would I pair with a wine like this? I know because I did it last Sunday. A Sicilian-style couscous. Yes, they do make couscous in Sicily, for those who didn't know. In this Sicilian-style couscous, you might put vegetables like zucchini and bell peppers and eggplant, along with seafood like calamari and shrimp, and then douse it in freshly chopped herbs like mint and basil and parsley. This way, you've got a lot of aroma, but not a flavor that is so complex that the wine couldn't balance it out. But the freshness and saline quality really brings out the local and truly Sicilian quality of this dish. Trust me, it is a match made in heaven. If that sounds good to you, you can find a link to the recipe on my website. It's all right down there near the subscribe button. So if you like this video and anything else I'm doing, please subscribe to the channel. In the meantime, me and this guy are off to the beach. See you next time.